And the night has officially. And I'm like,
we have to get him to do some vocal workout today.
I know, but I mean, having a legend of his kind, the one of the 5 men to beat Ali, 44 knockouts.
It's unbelievable.
Like here, and I mean, this is really passing of the torch in a way, you know. Sugar Ray Leonard's son, you know, Marvin Hagler's son. Like, this is amazing. How exciting is this match?
It was amazing. When I met Damon back on my radio show, because I am a radio show personality, believe it or not. Yeah, I know. A live radio show on 8:60 a.m. on Thursdays at 1:30. And we were talking about this. And sure enough, I thought about Shima, because this is what I do in my business. You know, and I have this perfect room, you know, where we can actually gather the celebrities here and actually cheer all this amazing power behind, you know, for boxing. This is amazing. 30 years later. This is amazing.
30 years later, you know, the funny thing is Damon put this all together, and he's organized all of this. And earlier today, he just looked like he was about to have like a panic attack. And then we walked in, and he saw everything was under control, and he was like,
I know. Big man, the 16-minute man, Damon Feldman, my buddy. Yes, I'm very proud of this. It's amazing. And I mean, all the Jason Fine, the sponsor, you know, how big can you get? Big Al. Do you know Big Al?
no.
Well, you're going to meet him today.
Well, I'm from New York. We don't really hear about Big Al.
Well, he's big, all right. You're going to know. You're going to see it. He's big as life. I mean, you see, laughable, really amazing guy. You know, so we're very, very glad that this is happening in Philadelphia. You know, believe it or not, at Shima Brazilian Steakhouse on 20 and JFK. And with you here, Roxanne, another radio host, and we both over here talking to this great crowd. I mean, this is amazing. I'm very excited.
It's also very, very important that we mention that Philadelphia is the home of boxing.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God, Rocky. You know, can we get Stallone here? Yes. You know, this is fabulous.
And most recently, because the youth probably will never know who Rocky really was, Creed, you know.
That's true. And I mean, the fact is that I'm the sales and events manager for Shima, and bringing this size of events to Shima at this particular time, it's amazing. I mean, I'm very proud of one 16-minute man, but one stop shop, Damon Feldman. You know, this is great. I'm so excited.
Well, thank you for talking with us. It was such a pleasure.
You know, look at
We'll meet up later.
Yes,
we'll
we'll
reunite.
Thank you so
for
much.
sure. Donald Feldman, the 60-minute man, presents. And we have one of the heavy hitters, one of the men of the night, Marvin Hagler Jr.
Right.
How the heck are you?
Good, excellent. I can't complain. I'm here representing, you know, trying to do some things, make it happen.
All right, so a little birdie told me that this is going to be a boxing match. How did you come upon boxing?
It's in the blood. It's been with me all my life. I mean, you know, I've been, you know, in and out doing things, you know, boxing as a kid. So it's always been in the blood, and, you know, this opportunity is a good opportunity for me. Since I was about 16 years old, I wanted to do it, but my father always held me back. So now that I'm a grown man, I have an opportunity to do something epic. So here I am.
How do you feel about it being the 30th anniversary of both your fathers fighting? I mean, that's amazing. Richard Steele's going to be the one refereeing. That's crazy.
I mean, it was all brought to me, and I was like, wow, you know, this would work. You know, I said, this is great. You know, never thought that this would ever happen in my arena, but, you know, it is. I think it's a great thing. I think it's honoring both of them, and I'm glad to be a part of it and be who I am and make some things happen.
All right, tell me one thing.
Put it out
and
there.
I promise I will not tell anybody. Do you feel pressure?
No pressure. You know what I really feel? I feel like I feel excited to, you know, close this chapter.
Close the chapter.
In a family, and it's a family thing. It's a family vendetta that we're going against with, you know, the Leonards, and we've gone back a long time ago. The Leonards and us, way before I can even remember. My father and him, I seen pictures of my father and Ray Sr. holding tomatoes and gardening, and you know, now it's come to a point where now we need to settle the dust. The dust is now up in the air again, and now I'm ready to settle it down. So we're gonna make some things happen.
So how are you preparing right now for this match next year?
It's a less than a year from now. I got some guys ready to roll with me. Uncle and everybody, family's behind me, and we're just gonna put on a good, clean, good, old school workout routine to get me down. So they're having flashbacks. So they're looking at me like, hey, this is your opportunity. We've been waiting for you anyway. So I think it's a good thing, and I think it's something that I felt that I need to do myself as well before I leave this earth. So I'm ready.
Well, I really wish you good luck because, we've seen the movie Creed. I think everyone in the world has seen Creed at least once. I saw it twice. And let me be honest with you.
We can talk about that.
We will talk about that off air, but how much of your father do you see in you, and how much advice did he give you?
I see everything in his laugh, the way I talk with my kids. I every day I'm like, no wonder why he looks at me that way, And my son, he's 4, he's the third. He looks exactly like me, so I think it's like a repeating situation. But I look at, he says to me, I look in the mirror and I see you. I said, I see the same thing. So, I think it's, I just think it's God's design. It's just something that grows inside you, and you just have to fulfill that. As a child, I grew up in the gym with him. So from hitting the speed bag with the chair to not hitting the speed bag with the chair, so I think that, I think it's one of those things that I need to do and fulfill my own dream is to, get in the ring and do something that I've always yearned to do. So here I am. It's been 6 years now. I've been chasing Ray for 6 years. So now that we've gotten some things together, we can put some things together.
So this really is a battle of the families.
It's been a long time.
Did your dad give you his past experience with fighting old Sugar Ray there on what you should do?
I'm shocked. He's been quiet, but his brother, who's always been by his side, is in my ear. So I think it's coming from him. I think he's kind of nervous because, he's nervous because he hasn't really seen me do a lot.
Right.
But I think he has all the confidence in the world in me, and I would never let him down. So
how does it feel to have a heavyweight champion like Larry Holmes over there in your corner?
I seen pictures of him in my file all the time. So it's, it's for me, it's like a big uncle, So it's like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, I'm eating. I'm like, okay, I'll leave you alone. It's just, it's a lot of respect.
So it's a full family event.
A lot of respect, and I appreciate him being here for this event as well.
Extreme sports and entertainment, World Extreme Entertainment, tongue-tied for there for a second. They're really trying to do that again. Boxing, in the last few months, I've actually seen people starting to come back. Like, randomly, I'm at a party and I see Lennox Lewis. I'm like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh, I'm just trying to get my name out again. I'm like, who forgot you?
I think, boxing never dies. It's an old sport. I think that, these guys that are legends, still wanted to be honored and still want to be relevant in the game, which I understand. Boxing it's dying, but it's not dying. And we're trying to make, it will never die. That's what I mean. So when you talk to these people and you talk to regular people that are boxing fans that come up to you every day, it keeps you inspired to keep the boxing game alive, which is great. I go through it every day. Going to a grocery store. Hey, you have. I go through it every day, so it's a good thing. And on top of that, I honor him. I honor the game, and I love it. To the day I die.
Okay, so thank you so much, and I wish you luck. And if you need any advice on a good left hook or a right uppercut, I think I could help you out.
Teach me a couple things.
I think I can help you out just a little bit.
I'm all for it.
Thank you for joining me. Roxy again here at Donald Feldman, the 16-Minute Man presents, and I am here with, I didn't quite get your name, Sugar Ray Leonard Jr.
Junior, absolutely.
The second man of the match. We already spoke to Marvin. How are you? You were on an extra delayed flight,
Yes.
and you're here, and you're energetic.
Yeah. I mean, took a long time, but I'm on time, so it was a beautiful thing. The flight was delayed, but I'm glad to be here and be back in Philly.
I feel like as soon as you got here, people felt the energy of what they're going to witness next year with this. And how have you been preparing for this?
Well, I mean, just mentally preparing, kind of figure out what the game plan is going to be, what my training regimen is going to be. Just the focus of it, I'm taking this definitely seriously. So, I'm not going to go in and let my family down in any way, shape or form.
They're calling this the legacy match. In many different forms, we figure out there are so many legacies in this room right now. Donald Feldman, son of Marty Feldman, right? He was the trainer of Dave Tiberi, who was here today. Then you have, and it's like, was there any pressure?
No, there's no pressure. No pressure. I mean, I'm doing well in my life. I have a wonderful company. I have a management consulting company called Launch Team Consulting. I do TV and commercials and films, and I have 4 beautiful kids and a wife. So I'm good where I am. But it's always that competitive thing that you want to do, that you want to see what if. I never pursued boxing to that level, but we're being provided the opportunity to do something great, and with Marvin here, it's going to be fantastic.
I think it's going to be interesting because I feel like both of you have that little genetic fire, that small little genetic fire that you want to see what would happen.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's in there, and the competitive nature is going to come out. Like I said, both of us, want to represent our families well, and I've been an athlete all my life. And although it wasn't all the time in boxing, I've been an athlete all my life, and I hate to lose. So that's.
Both preparing for this match. A lot of things can happen, as Damon said previously, between now and then. But at the same moment, has your dad given you any advice?
I'm gonna hold that tight to the vest. Like I said, he does know what's going on. He's supportive of me with everything I do. We work together a lot. I manage him, so it keeps us pretty busy, and I see him all the time. So we're working on the game plan.
And how important is it to you that you're doing this on the East Coast?
Well, I'm an East Coast boy, so it means it's sit and be a support system because that's at the end of the day, that's the important thing. What kind of legacy you leave, what kind of things that you do in your life, that's what's remembered in the future. And so when I'm long gone, I want everybody to be proud of the things that I accomplished in my life.
The most fascinating night that I thought was amazing was World Extreme Entertainment, Donald Feldman, and his brothers, RITESH, PARIKH. They've all brought together, and this was something that was being discussed for 5-6 years now.
Yeah, it's been ongoing for a long time, and basically it was out of my head. I never thought that it would come back around. But Damon, with his persistence and being wanting it to happen, and then just sometimes timing just happens right. The timing is right for it to do something, and I just think it's a great opportunity and great platform, and I get to promote the charities and things that I'm working with too. So I just think it's a win-win all the way.
Well, thank you for speaking with me. Thank you for taking time, and I cannot wait to be there.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, you are awesome.
Speaking with me, and thank you for being patient enough to wait for the plane to get in.
Awesome. Okay, so amongst many things, other than the fact that I'm standing next to one of the living legends in boxing, one of the greatest fighters that ever lived, one of the few people who can say he beat Muhammad Ali, one of the few people who can say he was a sparring partner with Ali.